Right, what's up guys, this is Heat. I wanted to do a quick look, kind of review video today on this game called Transistor. This game is actually pretty awesome, probably top 10 material for me this year. It's from the creators of the game Bastion. If you guys haven't played that, that's a really good game, highly recommend it. It's an action RPG game, good music, etc. So let's take a look at this game Transistor. So this is also an action RPG, but it also has a stop time mechanic. And the stop time mechanic is sort of similar to Mass Effect or turn-based RPGs where you can stop time and then queue up your attack or choose your attack. In this case, you can queue up attacks, right? So everything you do has a cost. So this is your basically a mana bar with a cost. So every time you move, you can see how much it costs to move and to plan out your turns. You can take all the turns back, and then you have skills. So right now you're granted 4 skill slots and 4 passive slots. So on the side right here, these are the passives, and these are your main skills, and I'll go more in depth into that. So yeah, you can queue up attacks like this, and then you can unleash the attack to see what it does. Also, if you want, you can, instead of stopping time, you can actually do it in real time, so you can cast these skills in real time. And the advantage of casting them in real time is it doesn't cost anything, so you can continuously cast it.
Get ready to get jumped.
So let's check out a battle
Let's not
or
stick
two
around.
here.
They're in line for the big show.
So these things provide shields for enemies, so it's best that you kill those things first. But it doesn't look like I can get in there right now. So this skill, this void skill, basically what it does is it reduces enemy damage. And so you can queue it up 3 times, and you can see here on the side that it tells you how much damage is, how much the enemy is weakened by. And other things the game takes into consideration is if you backstab somebody, so if you're from behind, you do extra damage. Not only that, but so there's synergy between that and between this mechanic, so you'll do extra damage. And I've set up my skill set where I use the skill Mask, and what this skill does is it makes you invisible and then makes your next turn do more damage. So basically it's like a 3 times multiplier to your damage if you strike from behind and use while using Mask. I've been able to one-shot the last boss with that, so it's pretty cool. And when you kill enemies, it spawns these cells right here. And these cells, if you don't pick them up within the certain time limit, then they respawn enemies.
Whoa. I guess we're done here.
After every fight, it tells you how many enemies you killed and your percentage to the next level. Every time you level, it opens up a new skills that you can choose from and gives you options to select more skill slots or more passive slots. But since I'm already in New Game Plus, I've unlocked all that stuff. So let's take a look at the skill system, because the skill system is really complex and it's kind of what makes the game really good to me. So basically what you have here on the side is this thing called a memory bar, and each skill that you use consumes a certain amount of memory. So for example, you can see it on the side here, this skill consumes 3, this one consumes 4, and etc., etc. So if let me uninstall this so I can show you. Because I uninstalled that, I'm allotted more memory bars. So let's do another skill combination. So we'll check this out, and we'll install it in here. So you can choose whatever slot you want to install it in, and then your primary skills also have these, like, I guess, augmentation slots, and basically you can augment your primary skill with other skills. So let me show you that. So this skill, every skill has 3 effects. So this one, if you use it as a primary, this is what it does. It siphons life points from target in an area around the user, so it's like an AoE attack, and then you steal life. If you augment this skill, it gives you life stealing to any other skill. If you use it as a passive, it increases your life points. So that's pretty cool. So let me augment this skill with something else. So this one, this ping function, basically it reduces your turn planning cost. So it allows you to cast this more frequently because your planning costs aren't as large or aren't as heavy or whatever. So you can also augment it by 1 more. So let's do 1 more. Let's see. We'll do a corrupting effect. Basically what this does is it's kind of like a degen mechanic or a bleed, a dot mechanic, and it just gradually takes away life from the enemy once you hit him with it. So right now I have some passive slots installed, and these passives, like this one, basically it grants you a shield once every so often, like every 5 seconds, and then it deflects damage. This one creates a clone of yourself and acts as a decoy. This one basically allows you to increase your turn planning bar, so you have the opportunity to cast more skills. The other mechanic that's really interesting is something called limiters. And limiters augment the gameplay in a certain way. So for example, if you use this limiter, it says down here, the process will strike with twice as much power. So basically enemies hit you with extra power, with extra damage. This one, users will lose access to 6 memory or more. Functions may be uninstalled. So basically your total memory bar is reduced by 6. But every limiter that you equip grants you a bonus. For example, this one gives you 4% bonus to experience gain. You can equip as many limiters as you want, or you can equip no limiters. So if you can equip all 10 and get a crazy bonus experience and make the game more difficult for you. So if you're looking for a challenge, that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's another interesting mechanic.
Hope you're wearing comfortable shoes.
So I'll show you a little bit more, some other fights, so you can kind of get a more of a feel for how the game plays.
Deserted. Unless you count him. Hi. Where'd everybody go? Well, we're gonna get you out of here. He says the process wiped him out. He's too far gone.
So the sword is the one that's telling part of the narrative, or is speaking, and the sword is a transistor.
They know we're here.
And basically, it seems like the story is that her love or husband or boyfriend or whatever is somehow killed by this sword, and his soul is basically trapped in it, and you kind of journey with him.
This lady again.
All right, so let's plan out some crazy stuff here.
Still kicking, huh? She brought help. You're up.
So because there are so many skills that you can pick from and combinations, you can make your own builds. So it's pretty cool. It's diverse like that. It allows and allows for complexity and skill synergy. So that's one thing that I enjoy about this game.
Just hold on.
Because of the way I've set up my build, right now I basically mostly use the stop mechanic, just because of how the build is set up. I have used other builds that play really well in real time, so it's not like you're forced to actually use the stop mechanic if you don't want to. Once you beat the game, you have the option to do a new game plus to what they call recurse through the story, and then it unlocks more skills and more passives and etc. More passive slots. It allows you to level up higher. The game took me around, I want to say, 7 hours to beat on the first playthrough, and then 16 hours to beat on the second playthrough. It also took me 16 hours to get all the achievements, so the achievements are pretty easy for the most part. All you do is kind of just play through the game, and once you beat it the second time, you will have all the achievements. So if you're an achievement hunter, this is a pretty easy one, and it doesn't require a lot of time, only 16 hours. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this game. The story's kind of interesting, the sci-fi setting is cool, the gameplay is awesome. It allows for complex skill combinations, so it's very interesting. So I definitely recommend it. Top 10 material. Check it out. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.